On this episode, we talk to the balloon man, Adam Schill. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus Show. My name is Josh Burnett, and as you can see, we've got a special guest with us today. Columbus, I'm very excited. Whoa, that's a pretty cool background that we've got going on here. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit, but before that, let's go ahead and introduce you to our guest and tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
My name's Adam Schill. I own Big Top Productions. We're a local entertainment company. We do balloon decor, balloon twisting or entertainment, clowning, magic, pretty much anything that you can think of, birthday parties, corporate events, all kinds of stuff.
So did you actually do this right here?
I did that just in a couple hours this evening right before we got started.
That is awesome. I really appreciate you giving this background for us. I think it's an awesome way to kind of just spruce the environment up. I know you've been doing a lot of business around the community, but our hope today through the episode is to tell you, Columbus, a little bit more about Adam, his passion for ballooning and entertainment. So let's get into the show. So Adam, how did you get into the balloon business?
So when I was about 10 or 11 years old, I went into a candy shop with my mom, and they had those balloon twisting kits, which now you can get at Party City, Walmart, any of that type of stuff. Little $5 thing with a cheap pump and cheap balloons. And so I was always into artsy, crafty type stuff whenever I was a kid. So I begged her to get it, and she got it for me. Went home, played with it, and didn't think a whole lot more about it. You know, it was fun to make a dog and different stuff like that. But after, I don't know, a few months, I had gotten a couple more of them and played with them more. There were some clowns at a block party at my church, and I just stood in awe of it, and they let me know that they were having a clown class coming up at our church, and I was able to take it. I was 11 years old. The minimum age for the class was 14, but they said if I had a parent with me that I could go ahead and do it, so I did it. The rest has been history. All through high school, I never really had a summer job. I just did birthday parties and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it's been, the ballooning has just kind of grown from there.
Yeah, that's really cool. And some of the different things that you've been doing. So you've got a display here, and you do other types of entertainment. So you can create awesome animals, and what are some of the types of things that you like to do?
Yeah, so I do the normal balloon twisting like you would see, go to a restaurant and there's somebody walking around making balloons. Mm-hmm. I do all that type of stuff, but I also do big balloon decor, so weddings, grand openings, this type of stuff just for show.
Yeah.
Car dealerships, that's one of my big clients is car dealerships. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, just any kind of decor. I've done some stuff for some churches in town. Whenever they've had big parties and stuff. I do also, I've got a little shop over in Holiday Center on the east side of town.
Yeah.
And I can do any kind of helium type stuff that you would get at Party City, or any of the other types of grocery stores, stuff like that. I can do any of that type of stuff. Prices are pretty comparable, and the quality is a lot better than what they offer.
Awesome. Well, as we keep going and getting to know you a little bit more, let's talk a little bit about why you love the entertainment business.
Yeah, so I mean, I just love making people smile. The clowning side of that is more than the balloon side. Balloon is not so much entertainment as it is. I mean, you entertain while you're twisting and stuff, but this type of stuff is not so much entertainment as it is more art type deal. But as far as the clowning stuff goes, making people smile is just what I like to do. I was always kind of a ham whenever I was growing up. In high school, I was most likely to join the circus. We didn't do a class clown like normal schools, but we did most likely to join the circus, and I won that, along with a girl who was funnily enough, afraid of clowns. So that was an interesting photo shoot for the yearbook.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, it just making people smile is kind of what makes me happy. I'm kind of an introvert, but once I get into like the entertainment side of things, that goes away, and my extrovert comes out. So.
Yeah, I've seen you, be Santa Claus as a clown. I mean, you really get into the character of whoever you play.
Yeah, and it's just fun. I like to the clowning and stuff. Whenever you're in a costume like that, it's easier to kind of let your inhibitions go and do funny, stupid stuff. And so that just makes me happy to make other people happy.
So have you ever been on television?
I have, actually. July of 2013, I was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
Yep.
Not the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, but like real TV.
Yes, real TV. 3 million people probably watching. 200 in the studio.
That's incredible.
It was pretty interesting.
What was it like? What did you do? Why were you on?
So I, with all the magic stuff that I do, I also have learned some sideshow stunts.
Oh, cool.
So like the old time sideshow with the circus and everything. And so I had a YouTube video of me eating a light bulb.
You ate a light bulb?
I did.
Wait, how do you do that?
Very carefully.
Oh my! No, like I mean, it's pretty tough, right?
Yeah, it's a real light bulb. Chew it up, swallow it, all that stuff. Very very careful on the way that you do it and stuff.
Okay, so tell us about when you were on.
So I was with some friends. We had gone out to eat, and then we went and walked around Walmart.
Here in Columbus.
Here in Columbus.
Okay.
And so we were walking through the hardware aisle, and there was light bulbs out. And I said, "Hey, this is the kind of light bulb that you eat," and which is random conversation topic to come up with, But I just kind of learned how to do this stuff to impress friends and stuff. I never really done it in a show other than the Tonight Show. But we were walking through there. I said, "That's the kind you eat." One of my friends was like, "No way. If I buy you one, will you eat it in the parking lot for us?" I said, "Sure." So we did that, went out the parking lot, and I was eating it, drinking water to wash it down with and everything. And somehow that ended up on my YouTube channel. One of the friends videotaped it and it ended up on YouTube. Well, then fast forward, this was probably 6 years ago or so. Fast forward to 2013, where I was out at the Bartholomew County Fair, and I got a phone call and it said Los Angeles. And I'm like, that's odd. And so I figured it was like some type of sales call or something like that, And so I answer it, and it's a guy named Chris from the Tonight Show. And so I'm thinking, this is a hoax. They're trying to steal my identity or something.
Right.
And so I'm Googling the phone number, and it comes up NBC Studios, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I search into the guy's name, and he gives me his first and last name. So I look him up on Facebook, and he's an intern at the Tonight Show. And so one thing led to another, and they had me on for a segment called Meal or No Meal, where you do a crazy, kind of like Letterman has the Stupid Human Tricks. It's Jay Leno's version of that.
Okay.
Do a crazy stunt, and then there's 3 celebrity judges, and they determine if you get a meal or no meal. And I ended up with a free meal at Hard Rock Cafe up in Indy out of it. So
cool.
that was a pretty cool experience, though, because they flew me out, put me up in a hotel, had a limo that I rode around in and stuff. So it was pretty interesting.
That's really neat. I appreciate you telling us at Columbus a little bit more about yourself, your business, and being on a real television show on NBC with Jay Leno. We're going to be back. We're going to take a break, but right after the commercial break, we're going to be playing a game of If You Only Knew with Adam Schill. Thanks for watching.
We are proud to say that Zeller Insurance is a local, independent, family-owned business established in 1972. Because we're local, we care about you and your insurance needs.
And we're back on the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show with Adam Schill, the Balloon Man from Big Top Productions. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. We're going to get in now to a section of questions we like to call If You Only Knew.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm nervous.
We're going to be asking you just questions about yourself and first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's one word to describe yourself?
Eccentric, I would say.
Eccentric.
Yes.
Or I would say, or eccentric.
Odd, or
Let's go
weird,
with eccentric.
Weird,
I like that.
Yeah.
You're creative, right?
Creative. There we go. There we go. Zany.
If you could only recommend one local restaurant in Columbus to someone, where would it be?
Oh, Foshiki, hands down.
What do you get at Foshiki?
Sushi, any kind of sushi.
They're awesome, aren't they?
I'll eat fish straight out of the ocean. I don't care.
Tell us a story about an embarrassing moment in your life.
Oh goodness. Embarrassing moment in my life. Man, I try to forget those. So I would say there was one time, not so much embarrassing, but a moment that I wouldn't want to happen again. I auditioned for Ringling Brothers Circus twice.
Yeah.
Second audition, I did this gag where I put my feet up in a chair and then realized that there was nothing, kind of cartoonish, where you realize there's nothing to do, you can fall down.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't have a mat on, and so I fell and busted my tailbone on a concrete floor.
Oh, no.
And so that was, I would say, kind of embarrassing because I was in front of 25 people and I couldn't hardly move for a second.
And it was a kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
audition.
it was a big audition and all that stuff. But yeah, that was a moment I wouldn't want to have again for sure.
Well, on to a little bit better question now.
Okay.
If you could only celebrate one person in Columbus, who would it be?
I would say my wife on that one.
That was a good call.
That is, yeah.
But tell me why, and what's your wife's name?
My wife is Lorraine.
And why would you celebrate Lorraine?
Because she puts up with me.
She puts up with you.
She puts up with me, yeah.
It sounds like from our conversations together, she really believes in you too.
She does. She's behind me 110% on whatever I do. She's not real crazy about the entrepreneurial side of things sometimes, but she trusts my vision and lets me do what I feel like I need to do. So
That's awesome. What's one of your guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures, I would have to say probably sushi again.
Yeah?
I
You can't go wrong with sushi.
no, I could spend my whole paychecks on sushi. I'd love it.
Yeah. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Childhood celebrity crush. Oh goodness. Probably DJ Tanner.
DJ Tanner.
Yeah, I watched Full House all the time whenever I was a kid. So she was 5 or 6 years older than me, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say that was probably who it was.
Dude, DJ. Was it Michelle? Was the little one?
Michelle was the little one. Yeah,
I think I probably had a crush on Michelle
Probably,
at one point
yeah,
in my
yeah.
life. So
there's probably all 3 of them for me. I was kind of girl crazy. You know?
Full House was awesome. Man, 90s child right
Oh,
there.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yep.
All right, last question for If You Only Knew. If you could have lunch or coffee with one person in Columbus, who would it be?
I'm gonna say you. I would love to meet more people in Columbus. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
I grew up down in Crothersville,
Uh-huh.
about 45 minutes south of here. So I've lived in Columbus about 5 years or so, and I know several people in the business community, but I'd like to meet more so-called normal people. You know, that are just normal,
community members.
community members. I'm plugged in at my church, but outside of that, I don't know a whole lot of people. So I'd love to get to know more people in town.
Very cool. Hey, if you want to have lunch with Adam, just comment in below and say, hey, you want to go out to lunch with him? We can make it happen on the
We
hashtag
can,
Celebrate
yeah.
Columbus show.
Be happy to.
Well, I appreciate you with the If You Only Knew questions. We got 2 more questions, then you're going to have a chance to ask the question of the day. Adam, where can we get in touch with you and learn more about Big Top Productions?
Yeah, so I've got a little storefront. It's not really a retail location where people can come in anytime, but it's my workshop where I make my balloon stuff at, and then take it to wherever it's going to go. But it's over in Holiday Center on the east side of town, right beside Garcia's.
Yeah.
And so I've got just a little storefront there. I've got stuff in the window. I know Garcia's has been open the last few weeks, so people may have seen. I've got a big 8-foot tall nutcracker in the window right now.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool stuff. But,
Yeah.
so I'm there. I'm on Facebook. Website Facebook is Big Top Productions LLC, and website is BigTopProductionsLLC.com.
Very cool.
So all of the above there. So
Awesome. And I mean, you're looking for, many different opportunities of how you can serve the community. My question for you though is, how can we support you as a community here in Columbus?
Yeah, I mean, if you know of anybody that is having a birthday party, needs entertainment, balloons for any type of event, whether it's just 3 balloons with helium on a string, or whether we do 500 balloons in a wedding reception, or 1,000 balloons in a wedding reception somewhere.
You said car dealerships, business openings.
Yeah, grand openings. Those are great. Do big columns with stuff all over the top of them. I can do helium or air-filled stuff. Air-filled balloons will last. I mean, this wall would last probably 5 weeks or 6 weeks.
Wow.
Before it would need to come down if needed. So if you've got any type of event that needs long-term decorating, great option. So
very cool. Well, Adam, I want to thank you so much for being on the #Celebrate Columbus show. It really means a lot to me that you would come on. Before we go though, we've learned a lot about you. You've answered all of our questions. Thank you for doing that. But before we go, we would like for you to ask the question of the day to the audience. This is your opportunity to ask Columbus one question. What would you ask them?
So my question for Columbus would be, if you could pick one event to have balloons at it, what would it be? Birthday party, grand opening, just decor somewhere, decoration somewhere, wedding, anything. What would you like to see balloons at?
Awesome. That's a great question. Columbus, make sure to answer that question in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for watching another special edition of the #Celebrate Columbus show. Adam Schill, the Balloon Man, Santa Claus, the Clown Guy. I mean, he can do all of your entertainment stuff, and he's with Big Top Productions. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the show. You keep asking questions, and we'll keep celebrating Columbus together.